We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. Research. The numbers are as follows: 1-978-990-5000, and the access code is 338729. Press the pound key. Some people call it tic-tac-toe sign. Some people call it hashtag. I don't know why it has so many names, but anyway, and you'll hear the conversation. Hood Research has a website, hoodresearch.org, Facebook, and Twitter. Oh, follow us on Twitter. And I would just want to say good morning to my son Christopher, and thank you so much for flying in and joining us this morning.
I'm glad to be here this morning. Good morning to you too. Good morning, you too, David.
Thank you, brother.
God bless Detroit.
Yes, you know, it's a lot of interesting things that are going on around here. And, you know, this election that's taking place has a person in it who is despicable. And that would happen to be Donald. He's so much like Jim Jones, Trump. And, you know, we're hearing more and more about how he wants to eliminate Social Security. There are over 61 million people receiving Social Security in these United States, but yet he wants to get rid of it. So hopefully they know that that's one of the plans of the current president, should we be unlucky enough to have him reelected. It's interesting, all of the conversation that goes on about that. And what kind of, I guess, response or reactions are you getting? But before we get to that, tell us, who is Christopher Broughton?
Oh man, other than your son,
Yes, other than my son.
I'm God's thought. Glad to be here as we all are. Doing what I can to uplift, some of the beautiful, children and people that are out there today, and giving them hope, because we've lost a lot of hope. And it can be very disheartening. Like we're in this plandemic, I call it.
Yes.
Where people are dealing with so many different things. I mean, outside of jobs that have changed and kids at home, and your schedule's completely different. We're heading into a winter season, and I'm just asking God, do you help me with what He's blessed me with to help people wake up and realize they have everything they need right there with them. I'm thankful to you and to Beatty for having this kind of platform to keep reaching out and talking to those who are at home who just kind of lost their way in what to do and thinking that they don't matter. And I say you didn't, the alarm clock didn't wake you up this morning. So if you got up today, you have an amazing purpose that's inside of you. So you just have to start living and start taking those steps forward, and everything else going to come to you.
I like that. We woke up today, and And that's a good thing. Sure,
It works for me.
Yeah, I know that's right. Absolutely. Tell us about some of the plans and projects you've been involved in.
Well, I'm a native Detroiter. Grew up here, thank God, and proud to be from this beautiful city. And went on to, to stay a short time in New York, and from there came back here for a hot second and went out to California. I've been out there for the last 36 years, and as a director, writer, producer.
And he looks like he's 36 years old, by the way.
Thank you. So I always thought that it was important to kind of change the face of entertainment and help to create more of those faces that look like us. Mm-hmm. And I always thought, how come I can't be James Bond? Why can't I be Indiana Jones? Why can't I see our love stories? Mm-hmm. Because we buy tickets too. Matter of fact, we consume lots of tickets.
57% of the movie tickets.
It's true. Mm-hmm. So I said I wanted to help change that. And as a writer, I've been able to do that. As a director, as a producer in the film business, I've been able to do that. And I want to continue to do it and find new talent out there and help to change that whole medium, because we watch television, we watch movies, and we watch, listen to music, and this is our campfire. Mm-hmm. So God bless me to do it. So I want to do everything I can to help people in that particular direction. And then outside of that, I got a healthcare thing that we work on. We do a lot of healthcare business. Mm-hmm. Because, as we call it, the beautiful people, in front of the camera, they want to feel good and look good. So we want to give them things to help them do that as well. So in this pandemic, you have to look at ways to reinvent yourself. And even though I'm in the entertainment business, and it's, going through its bumps and bruises too, and people are getting really agitated, they don't know what they're going to do, but you just have to reinvent yourself. Get some lemons, you make some lemonade. And when you're sitting in a pandemic like this, think about, what can I do to help myself or help those around me? And when you start to share what's going on, you start to find different ways to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that you said when you were speaking earlier about the blessings and all, and I want everyone else to kind of take note of this, is that we all have a purpose. We have to find whatever that purpose is. When you wake up in the morning, wake up with purpose, some sort of vision as to what it is that you may want to do, and then you fulfill it. Because you first have to have the vision before you can have the vision to be able to do what you're going to do. And that all revolves around purpose. So I was kind of inspired by a lot of what you said, and the spiritual nature and the tone of it as well, because I think sometimes we get lost in the whole material visual thing, and we forget that there's something behind all of that that really moves us, and we should be moved by it.
It's very true. I mean, because you're not your wards, you're not your car, you're not your house, you're not your bank account. You're God's thought. And when you get that deep in your spirit and realize that, and your purpose is already here, you don't have to look for it, just live. If you can get up and step out, and just think better than what you think that reality is in front of you. And I remember once hearing, I think it was Wayne Dyer was saying, when you change the way you look at something, what you're looking at will change. And he said, I don't know where I heard that from, but it's true. When you change the way you look at something, it's going to change in front of you. It's going to become something different. And I mean, just going through, I have a friend of mine who's going through a real hard time right now because of what's going on. He's got the kids at home. He can't handle that. He's, with his spouse a little bit more than what he normally is, and so their idiosyncrasies, they're readjusting. And I said, man, you just got to get it together. You got to think better than what your environment is right now. I said, think better than that. Think about what makes you feel good. See, tomorrow's not here. Yesterday is gone. What are you going to do with the present? How are you going to create a better right now? And once you start to think that, it will start to become that. And it's a thought that becomes a thing. You got to start with that thought. Just relax. Just keep yourself feeling good. Remember that you got your legs, your arms. You can continue to do something great if you know that you are great. And we forget that we are.
I think we're lost because of all of the noise that's around us, and sometimes we become a part of it as opposed to separating ourselves from it. I know for myself, a lot of what I do is that you have to find an outlet when people are depressed, when they have anxieties or something. You can wallow in those anxieties, or you can look for an outlet. So let's just say you wash the dishes. If you go and take a walk, there's a lot of things you can do that will allow you to escape that box you've allowed yourself to be in. And you can write. There's so many things you can do rather than say, woe is me. And I think when I was coming up, they used to talk about pity party. Yeah. Don't have a pity party and invite other people in, because they don't want to be a part of that kind of environment.
Well, you know what happened when the pandemic began and the governor just shut down everything in the state of Michigan. We received calls, and people would say, I'm bored. I just don't like the way things are. I'm just bored. I'm like, okay, well, we have to think about that. And then some folks would call and they would say, well, I'm just ticked off because I want to get out of here. I want to go down to the club. I miss birds. And I thought about that too. And they want to go to the bowling alley and wherever they want to go. And I'm like, well, yeah, we really got to think about this, right? But when a few people called and said they were depressed, that's really what touched us. For people to say they were depressed. And we thought about it, and that's when we decided to have an afternoon with Hood Research. And every Saturday at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, we would have an afternoon with Hood Research. And we would have people who would come on and talk and share with us. We had Judge Marilyn Atkins, as a matter of fact. She's written a book about her life, and she came on with us and told us about her growing up, etc. And we've had a judge, which we were looking forward to, because then people get a chance to be up close and personal and talk to them and ask questions and listen to their input. We had an attorney who's coming Saturday, as a matter of fact, Attorney Sales, who was from Atlanta, Georgia. He specializes in election law. So we're looking forward to having him. And we've had just so many enjoyable afternoons and opportunities for people to ask questions of folks that they may not have an opportunity to speak to, and to share their information with us. And it's been going very, very well. So that's why I invite all of you to an afternoon with Hood Research every Saturday at 2 p.m. And our meetings used to go from 2 until 6. So the afternoon with Hood Research also goes from 2 until 6. And we have some people like Avira, who's a lifetime member of Hood Research. She will log on maybe at 2 o'clock. She might leave at 2:45 and run to the store, and then she comes back and she comes back on. And it's been a lot of fun to do that. So we look forward to it. And of course we talk about politics. And we are really concerned about this presidential election. And to re-elect a person. As I started out, I was asking you what kinds of responses have you observed in California for this election?
It's very interesting, and my heart goes out to the youth and the kids that are coming up behind this, and I hear from the haves and the have-nots. They have the same energy about it. It's like, what's going to be there for me when I get your age? Will there be anything left? And we're not talking about money. We're talking about the environment. We're talking about the state of affairs. We're talking about, kids just wanting to be able to play and get together and do their thing. And I remember having we had a big meeting, and I just get to the meat of this whole thing. I said, something, I'm glad that Trump is there. They went, what? I said, yeah, because you didn't want to vote before. Now you want to vote. And I said, it's important. I said, your energy is so important. I said, what we do These geniuses are watching us. And I'm talking about the genius of the planet that we need to get to. It's the youth. They're geniuses. Now, if you don't believe me, hand your smartphone to a 3-year-old and watch what they can do. They can move it, work it faster with no directions. And I have the one thing that'll take them beyond the universes. It's wisdom. You only get wisdom from living. So when you connect the wisdom with the genius, you're going to save the planet. And I think we really have to listen to these kids. I mean, I'd love to be able to sweep all of Congress out, all the Senate out, and get some fresh, new people in there because I want them connected with me. I want them to know what I'm dealing with here. When you tell me, Black lives don't matter and all lives matter, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. It's like the expression, this house is on fire. Aren't we going to take care of this house first? And if you were sitting back, as I've told some of my friends, I said, man, they said, well, you're not really dealing with anything, are you? I'm like, I just don't talk about it. Right. I'm dealing with it every day. Right. And if you sit back as my friend, my counterpart, my fellow human, and not say anything, you're a part of the problem. And we all have to stand together. We all have to do better, and we can. And watching what's happening in this election, this time that we're in, from the fires to, the hurricanes to my brothers and sisters in New Orleans, I mean, we forgot that Hurricane Katrina went through there. You think they have really risen above that? Yes, some things have changed and stuff, but they're still dealing with all of the problems because it's off TV. You don't see it, so you don't realize they're still going through stuff. So it's an amazing time. We have to vote. No matter what happens, we have to stand together as a people. And as we stand together as a people and keep inspiring each other to be better, it's going to get better. And I think there's no time like the present, especially when I look at, my own children. I look at the children that I speak to. I look at the gift I've had, as we all have. And I don't care what your job is. As they say, the butterfly wings in New York affects the, weather that's happening, in Guam. We have to realize that our purpose is living. And we have to vote. We have to help each other. We have to listen to each other. And the problem is we have a government right now that's not listening. And that's why there's so much unrest and so many crazy things going on right now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's interesting, and I'm not sure if I'm right with the age, but this, I believe he's a Senator Chuck Grassley. I believe he's in his 80s. And I want Biden to win, but when you think about it, he's been in politics for 47 years. And like you were referring to the youth, I look at it like this. We're not, we're supposed to be grooming those who are coming along, the generations behind us, to come along to take those spots rather than catering to and allowing someone who's been there forever. And Theo knows this just from local politics. We see families that are just, the whole family keeps going and they keep the same names.
Yeah.
They keep replacing, but they're not generating any new ideas. They're not inspiring. Now, we can look at Barack Obama. He was inspirational, which is what got people going. Now, I have to say 45 has inspired people too, but in another way,
absolutely.
Which is good.
Absolutely.
It's a good thing he's here.
Get up.
Because it's like, oh, no, we can't have this. So he's, we're having record numbers across the country. They're shattering records that, they had prior, especially from 2016 and even prior to that. But the whole idea is that he's inspiring, and I just want to let everyone know the calling numbers is, we do have a caller, as a matter of fact. Well, let's go straight to that. Okay. And for the rest of you, write down those call-in numbers so you can join the conversation and have it handy. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
This is Michelle Broden calling.
Happy
everybody Monday. This morning.
We're fantastic, and you?
Doing wonderful, dodging COVID and doing wonderful.
Yeah, right.
So, as your guest is speaking, beautiful, that's my brother.
I love you.
The positive notes, absolutely right. So the one thing before I lose my train of thought, as a precinct delegate and I've also ran for office as well. The people in charge don't want to give up their power. They need to learn from George Washington. He did his best, and then he retired because he knew the people behind him could take it further. But you get the people in, and then the seniors don't want to vote for you because you're too young. And then the older people, and I don't need to call everybody's names, but you know who they are. You know who they are, you know. And then when they get out, then they put their wife in or they put their son in, so the regular folks don't ever get a chance. Then you have, it's too many moving parts. But when the youth, the young people come up and work together, and the only person I know that was able to do it when I was in high school was Cushenberry. He was 18, and he went to all the high schools, and he said, hey, guys, you know, we can vote. And they're like, what? And he went, and the math put him in at that age. So long as they're getting started now, but they need to be supported, and they need to be supported by the seniors, you know, all of us, because we have kids now that are 26 that could run for office as well. And I want to see your beautiful face, so can you look in the camera so we can see you when you're talking to us so they can get that full message?
You're funny. Oh, man. I love you. Oh,
yes.
It is
So
amazing.
COVID is different, and I'm glad everybody there is sending a positive message, because while we're all at home, you know, everybody's not in the school. Everybody might be looking at the program, and they need that. So keep up the good work. Look in the camera, Christopher.
Thank you. My director's not here.
Yes, she should be director.
She's hilarious. I love it. You know, I was talking to Michelle last night. We were talking about growing up in Detroit and some of the wonderful things that we did. And shout out to Michelle and all the teachers out there doing it. Because remember, these teachers, I always thought the teachers should be paid like athletes, because they have our kids longer than we have our kids. And they have a special gift. And they're not teaching one kid, they're teaching hundreds of kids a day, have to do all the tests, the whole thing that they go through. Even when they have kids, you know, their kids suffer because they're trying to help our kids. So I mean,
and
I
nobody
celebrate you
realized that till
guys.
this happened, because now you got people saying, "Oh, I'll pay you anything. Please take the kids back."
It's so true.
So my only wish and prayer is, when we call you, can you please believe us? Because we're not calling you because we want to. We're calling to get support, so we can keep everybody on track. Sally, Johnny, Susan, Shakita. We need everybody on track.
It actually,
we can make the world better.
You're absolutely right. And I mean, you guys are inspiring, you know, these geniuses that are out there. And it's amazing what a teacher can do, even when we as parents help and give them that love. Now you have a lot of kids who are at home. Shell, I'm commending you and your staff and all the other folks that you're working with, because it's a brand new world. We're never going back to the way it was. And so we're going to have to stand together and create a whole new generation of heroes out there and get them through this. I think it's challenging even for the teachers who are trying to help the kids who don't have internet at home and trying to get work to them. The moms and dads who are going and sitting outside of McDonald's with a laptop so they can get their kids, you know, through their homework, or at the Starbucks. I'm sending love and a shout out to you. And Michelle, I can't wait for you to run again, because I know your heart and I know the person that you are and what you want to do for people, inspiring other people. So I'm so thankful that I have a beautiful, great sister like you.
Yes, well, thank you. And I'm going to go because I have to get ready for my next class.
Class, okay.
Get them kids.
So have a great Monday.
All right, thank you.
All right, baby. Talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for calling.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Hi, this is Tawana Morse, and I'm viewing you on television, Channel 90.
All right. Well, happy
Yeah.
Monday.
I am so proud of our group, Theo. That the work that we do, and we are seeing our young people actually word listening when we were out there fighting. And I'd like to. I'm working with the precinct absentees, and I am hearing that a lot of ballots are spoiled because they vote too many people. Just one person vote too many, your ballot is spoiled. And the people are hitting the street in record numbers, which is beautiful, and I thank our young people for that. I'm on the fighting line. I'll continue to be here, listen, and follow whatever orders you give me, Theo.
Oh. I'm glad you brought up the issue of the ballot. One, when you look at the front of the ballot, there's front and back. It says at the top, if you want to vote for a party, such as the Democratic Party, you can fill in this circle. And that ensures that you are selecting every single person on that ballot who is identified as a Democrat or any other party, okay? And you don't have to fill in any other circle as it relates to a party that someone is identifying as theirs. If somebody is with the Taxpayers Party, you can do that as well. But anyhow, after that, you have to go to the sections where the candidates are not identifying themselves with any particular party, such as the judicial section. That means all of the judges who are candidates for re-election, etc. Now, the interesting part about that is if you see 15 seats, you do not have to vote for 15 people, because in this instance, on this ballot, there are 15 people running for 15 seats. In other words, they have no competition. They're going to be elected, re-elected anyway. There's another section where there are 9 seats and 9 candidates. There is no competition for you to make a selection. They will all get in. There is one section, however, where there are 2 seats and there are more than 2 people campaigning for that. So you have to do one or two things. Vote for 2 people for the 2 seats, or vote for one person, which is called plunking. Plunking means this. I'll give you an example. If I vote for Sandra Baker, and if I vote for another person as well who's in that list, and the BD votes for that other person, the other person gets 2 votes.
You mean Kanye?
No, please don't put Kanye West.
Come on, man. Sorry. That's plunking.
And so that person gets 2 votes, and the candidate that I wanted only gets 1. So I will only vote for one person, which is called plunking, and others can do the same, or they can vote for 2. It's their choice. You also have a section for school board candidates who don't run for any particular party, and you have to pay attention to who they are. Something interesting on the ballot is you have Lamar Lemon, and you have another person by the same last name. I thought it was kind of odd that person only has an initial.
It's planned.
So yeah, it was right. It was planned. So anyway, you need to be aware of that. In that section for school board members, you have to vote for 3 school board members. And then there are proposals. If you don't know, vote no. Even Mayor Coleman Young would tell you that. If you don't know, vote no. That's about all of the proposals. What you were saying, Chris?
I was saying, you know what I find interesting is when you include your kids. or somebody's about to become 18,
Oh, yes.
or just sitting with you,
Yes.
watching you vote,
That's how they
and get them
learn.
excited about, let's watch and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you include them in what you're doing and don't make it a mystery and don't rush through it and stuff, you got the time now. You're not going to work right now. Sit at home and help somebody.
Right.
So if you can include them in on your vote and show them what you're doing, they're learning. They're watching us. They need this. They need to know that it matters. And don't just think, well, my vote don't matter, because that
Somebody's
is such a
watching
farce.
you.
That
Yes,
you think your
we
vote
have-
doesn't matter. The energy alone when it goes out matters.
Right. Stop right there. We have to take a station identification, and Tawana, hold on. We will be right back.
And caller who's waiting, hold on.
wait.
Also, we'll
We'll
bring
be
you
right-
into the conversation.
We'll be right back shortly.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broden from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, little man?
The people you trust,
Stay safe.
your community,
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Payne. In the best and the worst times.
Walk away from me!
Ma'am, stop! Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien. I see myself in the people I serve. Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
You must vote on Tuesday, November the 3rd, 2020, for a variety of reasons. Why?
Throughout our history, people were injured and many of them died, all fighting for the right to vote. Today, mischief is unfolding across the state, designed to make it harder for people to vote. And the last reason is, if we want affordable health care, if we want affordable housing, if we want the right to have clean water and sanitation, if we're ever going to get equal pay for equal work, nutritious food, and so on, we need to believe that we deserve these things and so much more. We start with the Tuesday, November 3rd election that will be victorious if we are all involved. Retirees, welfare recipients, low-income residents, the disabled, veterans, the homeless, students. This message is for you.
November 3rd marks the beginning of a 4-year campaign to secure a quality of life that we are all entitled to. So from the bottom up, let's do this.
Feedback. Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broten,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. 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 All right, thank you for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broten, co-founder of Hood Research. My co-host
The BT.
and our guest this morning is Christopher Broten.
Thank you for having me.
He has flown in from California. Just gave up all that nice warm weather to come here and walk in the rain.
This is home. Man, you give me rain, boy, I'll dance in it.
All right, now that's having a positive attitude.
You know, that's
We have-
interesting when you mention rain, because I didn't mean to cut you off there. There's a saying by Bob Marley that some people get wet others feel the rain.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that because there's a very large contrast between the two. And I'd rather feel the rain than just get wet.
Tell me about it. That's right.
Yeah.
And sometimes during the summer, it's actually warm rain. I wrote a poem about that.
Sure did.
But anyway, we have Tawana on the line, and come on, we're bringing Tawana back, and somebody else on the line as well.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Yes. Hi, yeah, this is Tawana again.
Okay.
One last thing I'd like to say. I'm going to watch that debate tonight, Thursday night, and I sure hope Biden give Trump a dose of his own medicine, tell him to deal with his own family.
Yeah.
And Biden is going to deal with our safety of the United States.
Absolutely.
Like he always have been.
Absolutely. You are so right
I'm
about
going to
that.
hang up and listen to what else you got to tell me.
Okay. Call back if you have something else to share. In the
Sound good.
Yes, okay. In the meantime, the town hall meetings were a substitute. There was supposed to be a debate, and Donald Trump chickened out. And Joe Biden says, well, since he's not going to debate me, I'll have a town hall meeting, which he did. It was excellent. So when Donald Trump, who has to get on Twitter almost 24/7, it seems, he said, I'm not going to let him have a town hall meeting, and I don't have a town hall meeting. So he talked to another network, and he had a town hall meeting that night. His was an hour. And Joe Biden's town hall meeting, I believe, was 90 minutes. So anyway, after all of that was concluded, the talk show host shared that there was a better response to Joe Biden. The people enjoyed his town hall meeting better. And he had approximately 2 million more people who watched him meaning Joe Biden, on the town hall meeting that he had. So we're going to see what's going to happen this Thursday if Donald Trump chickens out once again, or if they'll have the debate, because I'm looking forward to that one as well.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Share your views and how you're viewing us, please.
Yes, my name is Jay, and I'm viewing you on Channel 15.
Oh, thank you for calling in, Jay.
All right. Ms. Steele, it's good to see you, and I think you're going to be the next city council leader.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm predicting that.
Oh, okay.
And what I want to ask you is, okay, they're saying they're going to have carpools to pick people up to go and vote. And what I wanted to ask you is, the people are not going to vote for who they want them to vote for, will they still pick them up?
Yes, because your vote is private. They don't stand over you.
If they express they're going to vote for another candidate, will they get on their back, harass them, or kick them off the bus, or whatever?
Well, you know, if a person is smart inside the city of Detroit, they, I'm sure, will realize that the answer should be Joe Biden. You know, the city of Detroit is majority Democratic. So if they intend to vote to go to the polls and fill in the circle for Donald Trump, I don't think they're going to tell anybody that.
Well, maybe they're going to vote for Kanye West.
Oh.
Maybe they're going to vote for somebody like that.
But
maybe they don't like Joe Biden. Maybe they don't like Kamala Harris, whatever her name is. Maybe they don't like her.
Maybe
they don't want to vote for them.
That's also.
If they don't like them, will people harass them if they say that? That's the whole problem with black people voting, because they herd us all together and they want us to vote for a certain person. Maybe everybody don't want to vote for that person, so they don't vote.
And they do indeed.
I think people should just tell people to vote and not tell them who to vote for. Because when you tell people who to vote for, that turns a lot of people off. So a lot of people thinking that people are selling their votes, like the people, the leaders, are selling their votes. And telling they're getting campaign donations and stuff.
Right.
And they figuring, they're selling our votes anyway. It's not for us. It's because they're making money.
That's an
That's where a
excellent
lot of
point.
people feel. I'm just talking about from the neighborhoods. What I hear
understand.
people say.
Right.
They say, man, they just selling our votes. We done voted black slate. We done voted all that, and those guys get in office and they worse than white folks are.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Well,
they treat us worse than white people. They kick us out of meetings and everything. And they really think that they're selling our votes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hang up and let you guys.
Thank you, Jay,
Okay,
for
thank you
calling.
for taking
You're
my
welcome,
call.
and thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. But again, the vote is private, and you do not have to reveal to anyone who you are going to vote for. That is not a requirement any place. Now, the next thing is there is a person called a precinct delegate, and a precinct delegate has the right to make suggestions as to who they believe would be the best candidate for any and every office, how they think you should vote regarding to the proposals, school board members, etc. Precinct delegates do that. That's part of their responsibilities if they are working in their community, their voting precinct. Then the next issue is to get information on all of the candidates, and precinct delegates can do that as well, give you information on the candidates. Like when I started out this morning, I said 61 million people are on Social Security. Well, actually a little over 61 million are on Social Security. And the current president, Donald Trump, who acts like Jim Jones, has stated out of his own mouth that he wants to eliminate, get rid of, cancel Social Security. What that would do to over 61 million people in the United States of America, besides cause many of them to have a heart attack immediately, is cast them into a state of poverty. So we have another caller. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Hello, caller. You're on the line. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? Oh, they hung up. Hello, caller.
God bless you all.
Thank you for
calling. And in particular, I'm glad you all have to encourage us to keep on this battlefield. And Miss Theo, I love you. She's been knowing me since a girl.
Go ahead.
And she knows me from St. Cecilia.
Oh, my goodness.
This is Renee. God do everything for a purpose.
Oh, yeah.
And she has encouraged me to be what a prime example of elders reaching and teaching the young. We have a tendency, like you said, some of the older ones got to pass it on because they're the future. I'm in agreement with what you're saying. I just love you, you're still encouraging me, and you're encouraging me to be there for the young.
Oh,
I'm not excluding the old, but we got to put people in place.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to hold up the program, but I want Thea to know I'm proud of her. I still love her.
What was your name,
and
sister?
This is Renee from St. Cecilia.
Renee from St. Cecilia. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for calling in.
Love you.
Do you have the numbers?
Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you.
Because the young people have to have some encouragement now. This world is so ambiguous and I just no love, and they got. First of all, they have to get back to God.
Yes,
very true.
They've lost that focus too.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Make sure you have your pen and paper handy. But thank you for giving the number for the Saturday afternoon with Hood Research. Go ahead.
Did you have the number, Sister Renee, for the Hood Research?
826-4223 is my cell phone. 867-6953. My area code 313 for both.
And we all
love
have
you guys. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. 867-6953.
You got that memory there, boy.
Okay.
The number for our Saturday afternoon with Hood Research is 1-978-990-5000. And the access code is 729. It's 338-729. I'm sorry. Again, the access number is 338-729. 729. And then you press the pound key and you'll hear the conversation. Okay.
Thanks again, Renee.
God bless you.
All righty. Bye.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
This is Patricia White. I'm watching on Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Hi, Patricia.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for watching us on Facebook. What's your comment this morning?
I'm just concerned about Onita, that she's got the strength to do this.
That who has the strength to do this?
I got this phone number on Facebook from Onita Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
She's here in the audience now.
And Onita.
It said to call in.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, Onita Johnson is going to be on with us. Onita Johnson is here.
Yes.
She should be here now.
Yes, she's here.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
And we got 8 minutes to break.
Oh, okay. All right. In 8 minutes. Don't go away, okay?
Call back.
Okay, I'm going to listen.
Okay.
God bless. God
Thank
bless.
you. All right.
Okay. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? Oh, they hung up.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. Don't be shy.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, it's a time where, a lot of people are wondering what they're going to do next.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to a lot of the callers. A lot of people are very agitated about voting, or they're scared about voting, or they don't want anybody to know who they're voting. The guy said before he doesn't want anybody telling him who to vote for. My nephew's the same way. I don't want you to tell me who to vote for. I'm like, I just want you to vote. I don't care who you vote for. Just go vote.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will have a hand in what is going to be happening in your future. So we want people to vote so you have a hand in your own future. You can have your voice heard and also inspire somebody else, because we're always being watched. We always have kids watching us, other adults watching us. We have no idea how many people we're influencing just by acting, just by living in that purpose of living.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's important that we all go out and vote. You see, they want to take away the census, and we want to be counted. I mean, there's so many different things we need to do. I want to live every day with Tabiti and you and inspiring and going out and doing stuff. I mean, I'm having a ball being back home, and just in this season of, this election that's going on. It's exciting to me.
It is.
Because I know change is already here.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Oh, okay.
Caller.
Well, yes.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
My name is Yvonne. I'm viewing you online.
Oh, thank you for calling in. Share with us.
I wanted to ask you and your guests, who's running for Supreme Court judges?
Well, go ahead.
I wasn't familiar with the judges, and I didn't know. I hadn't heard who was running for that office.
Right, that is so true. We have sent just recently, though, sent out an invitation for all of the candidates who were interested in running for any office to call in on Saturday. There are two judges that, as a precinct delegate, that I have reviewed, and that is Judge McCormick, and make you think about spices in the grocery store, and Welch. I mean, still in the grocery store, right? Welch's grape juice. But anyway, their last names. One is Judge McCormick, and the other one is Judge Welch. That's what you're asking for. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Judge Welch and
Welch.
Judge McCormick.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because my sister had called me, and she wanted to know, and I tell her I listen to my different shows, and that I would call and find out because I needed to know myself. So thank you and your guest.
Oh, you're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. And the appeals court, I believe it is Judge Karen Hood, who's running for re-election. She has always looked out for our community. Okay, now, back to this issue before we get to the top of the hour. Station for station identification, and that is, once again, this current president went all the way to the Supreme Court to cancel, mind you, the census.
Yeah, he had no sense.
Going on here. Right. I guess that's what you do.
Of course.
Yeah. And it was just stopped. It's like stopping in midair. It was supposed to continue through October 31st.
Right.
Actually, my opinion is it should continue to the end of the year. However, he was not having it. And people say, well, what's wrong with that? Why? The census is done to determine the population in each and every city in the United States. Then money is reallocated back to those locations according to the population in each of those cities in the United States.
So if you're not counted, they can't send money to you. Is that what you're saying?
They'll send less money. You're absolutely
that's
right.
not good.
They will send less money which is used. And because of this pandemic, there are more and more people who are applying for the bridge cards and what's up? Bridge cards and
EBT cards,
EBT card, Medicaid, and school lunches for children and other needs. Right. There are more and more people who are doing that because of the virus, because of the layoffs, the furloughs, the jobs that have gone out of business, the businesses that have gone out of business, I should say. And folks just don't get it. Now, the reason that the president wanted to eliminate it, which he did last week through the Supreme Court, is because that gives areas a smaller number of members of Congress. A smaller number of members of Congress. That means we would have less, and Detroit may end up with 1 member of Congress as opposed to 2, which we have now. We are down to 1 minute, so we can go, so we have to go for a station identification.
Make it count.
And when we come back, we're going to tell you about the museum, the Dr. Charles Wright Museum of African American History. So stay tuned, and we will be back momentarily.
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
It's no secret the world around us is changing. Just look at how we used to work and how we work now. How we used to hang out with friends and how we hang out now. Grocery shopping, date nights, even the way we attend school. But what hasn't changed is your dedication to keep our communities running. That's why Futures for Frontliners offers essential workers an opportunity to complete high school or community college tuition-free. It's never too late to take a step forward. Get started at michigan.gov/frontliners.
We at Watkins Broadcasting care about the health and safety of our viewers and listeners. During this novel coronavirus pandemic, please protect yourself and others. Wash your hands well and often. Avoid touching your face. Cough and sneeze into your sleeve. Practice social distancing. Stay at least 6 feet away from others when in public and only leave the house when it's essential. Stay safe. You are important to us. You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Hi, this is Thabiti Mpinda from the Feedback Program. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, Luna?
The people you trust,
Stay safe. Go.
your community.
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Pain. In the best and the worst times. Ma'am, stop!
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
I see myself
Gracias.
in the people I serve.
Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, Luna?
The people you trust,
Stay safe. Go.
your community.
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Pain. In the best and the worst times. Ma'am, stop!
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
I see myself
Gracias.
in the people I serve.
Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
You must vote on Tuesday, November the 3rd, 2020, for a variety of reasons. Why? Throughout our history, people were injured and many of them died, all fighting for the right to vote. Today, mischief is unfolding across the state, designed to make it harder for people to vote. And the last reason is, if we want affordable health care, if we want affordable housing, if we want the right to have clean water and sanitation, if we're ever going to get equal pay for equal work, nutritious food, and so on, we need to believe that we deserve these things and so much more. We start with the Tuesday, November 3rd election that will be victorious if we are all involved. Retirees, welfare recipients, low-income residents, the disabled, veterans, the homeless, students. This message is for you. November 3rd marks the beginning of a 4-year campaign to secure a quality of life that we are all entitled to. So from the bottom up, let's do this.
You can have your own party on TV. Party with RJ Watkins and the TV33 family when you hold your own Facebook watch party. Connect all your friends with our friends, and we can have a watch party together. Watch your favorite TV shows when you want, how you want, with your favorite people. Here's how it works. Log on to Facebook from your computer or tablet and go to the RJ Watkins fan page at facebook.com/TV33WHPR, the one with the blue WHPR logo on the left. Like us. Click the word videos with the red tag that says live next to it. Then click the share button at the bottom of the video player and select start a watch party. Invite whoever you want. Your party will be recorded and archived for playback anytime you want. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. At the end of the month, the viewer that has the most people at their watch party will be invited on the TV show live. Come on, let's have a party.
All media platforms are engaged. Copy.
Get ready to launch your show or product.
Periscope ready. We're 5x5 ready to launch. Copy that.
Trend worldwide across all major platforms.
Ignition. 3, 2, 1.
The world is waiting. Watkins Broadcasting. More than just TV.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinga.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
You know, right here with us is either feast or famine, and today we're having a feast. First, I want to let Christopher tell us a few moments about the enjoyable tour of Dr. Charles Wright Museum of African American History, and we all need to support it, and I want to thank him for being with us. Go ahead.
I mean, it was a wonderful visit to go down to the African American Museum. If you haven't gone, go. If you go again. They have 2 exhibits that change quite often, and it's great to see something that's for us, by us, and right there, so we can continue to be inspired by us.
Absolutely.
And a wonderful time. Beautiful,
Right.
beautiful museum, and you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And that museum reminds me that there's nothing that stops you but you.
Mhm. And I want you to thank you so much for
Thank you.
being here with us this morning.
Thank you very
and
much.
You're welcome. That's Christopher Broughton, and you can Google him. He's in business in his own name. No, what do they call them? Pseudo names, theatrical
Broughton, yeah.
names. Yeah, Christopher Broughton, and you can get additional information on some of the projects that he's involved with. And there's one real good one we're gonna share soon.
Good.
Now we're gonna turn our attention to the young lady to my right, your left, and it's Onita
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Correct. And I was just telling her we were trying to get her here for over a year and a half, and she's finally here. Tell us, who is Onita Jackson?
Onita Jackson is a writer.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I define myself, even though I've written 2 books.
Mhm.
I write poetry, but I'm most known for, right now, having written Nappy-Headed Negro Syndrome
Mhm.
and Letters from Mrs. Grundy. I used to be a Detroit Free Press columnist. You used to read my column, and I thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
Mhm.
So, yes, that's what I do. I
All
I was a
right.
cab driver, but I'm still writing.
Well.
I've been all over the city.
Yeah, well, with the pandemic going on, I'm glad you're still a writer.
Oh, yes, have
because
to
this
write for the
cab
least of
driving
these.
is it's kind of dangerous these days, I would think.
It depends on your perspective. I haven't done it in 5 years, so I quit the Free Press and began to drive a cab from 2012 to 2015, and I did what I was supposed to do.
But you got an opportunity to talk to those who were riding with you and gain some insight.
Well, the funny thing is, they usually talk to me. So when once people found out who I was behind the wheel of the cab, they were more interested in me. Oh my goodness, you're that girl. I've seen you before. So I was able to parlay that even into fixing duties. I was a professional fixer for Spanish public television, Le Petit Journal from Paris, some people in Germany, some stations in Canada too, and that was gratifying. It's basically when you marry, a fixer is a person who connects and makes things happen. So because of my journalism background, I was able to connect people, and they heard from me, because I'm all in the streets. I ride the DDOT bus. I worked at the Free Press. I was a columnist and editor. People know me from, my Detroit T-shirts, so people know me a lot of ways, and it would always be, hey, can you go pick these people up? Or my friend is the president of the French School of Detroit, and she called me one time, Onita, it's Pascal, these people, they need fixer, can you do it? I was like, yeah, I could do that. And then I'm known for my tours too. So,
well, tell us, what kind of tours do you do?
I used to, and I still do privately. 1 hour, I would call it the 1 hour, 100, the Onita the Magnificent tour. So there was an Hour magazine write-up with that, but I would just take people all over the city so they can see what I saw through the lenses and the way that I navigate the streets of Detroit. So, at Eastern Market, I shopped at Eastern Market for many years, and I still do, so all over the city. And there's still some people who, I'm not driving a cab anymore, and I don't have a car, but I do still do the tours for some select people. Like sometimes there's a tour bus, they'll get a tour bus. Onita, can you take us around?
Oh, wow. Now, that's exciting.
Yes, ma'am.
It really is. There are 2 books that you've written.
Yes.
And the Nappy-Headed Negro Syndrome.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mrs. Grundy's?
Yes, Letters from Mrs. Grundy. And Nappy-Headed Negro Syndrome, we could just pause to acknowledge Miss Brenda Perryman. Brenda was the first person who had me on the show, on any show, any media, not even my former newspaper. No one would cover this because of these controversial words. Brenda called me. The preview edition was a tiny black book. And if you have that tiny black book, you need to put it in a safe deposit box. Brenda brought me on the show. We talked about that book, which was a tiny version of this one. And this version, the complete edition, came out in 2019. And it's about identity, judgment, and assumptions. And the way I define the syndrome as, because everybody has a syndrome. When someone looks at you, they don't know anything about you, and they come to a conclusion. So there are three things. There's that, and this constant communication that you're outside of the context to which someone thinks you belong, or this idea that you're not exactly where you are supposed to be. So the book is written in 5 parts. I'm a satirist. The book is funny, but it's not so funny at all. Like, white people don't handle the book well. I don't care how purportedly woke they are, they don't do well with the book because they see a lot of their truths. What I'm pleased about right now is I have 73 reviews. I just ask people to write a review, and they're 5-star reviews. So I tell my white friends to just allow yourself to laugh. And the brutally honest people, when you read the reviews, I tell people you don't have to read the book, just read the reviews if you want insight. But it's quick and funny, and it must be read in order. A lot of people pick and choose because some of the pieces are short. It's like, no, it's proceduralist, recursive satire. You must read it in order as one complete work. And I think it challenges us to just be mindful of how did you come to this conclusion about me? I just asked you one question. Like, the first piece is learning a wing or two. I go to the chicken wing joint in the hood. How much is a chicken wing? The woman tells me, we don't take the EBT card, which I think is hilarious. I didn't have one then, but I have one now, which you were just talking about.
Yeah.
Ooh, and the food stamps just came on today. So, just all these ideas. But what happens is it goes quickly and it becomes more serious and grave because it's written in 5 parts. And then people are like, well, wait a minute, I need to go back because there's so much in this little book. And I tell people, you don't have to believe me. Just Dave Eggers writes books that Hollywood turns into movies. His name is on the book, and he endorses everything I write. I've even written something he already put his name on, and it's not even released. But it's fun. It's fun. It just challenges us all to be better. Be better humans.
Tell us one of the samples that white folks don't they don't get it.
Well, one that happens often, and I think I've written it in the quotation section, is people want to find out. They always want to know how you got to be in the room, right? And the way I tell people is, if there are 50 squares in the room, and this is in someone's home. This happens in someone's home. If there are 50 squares in a room and one circle, don't ask the circle how you know the squares. This has happened to me a lot. Oh, so how do you know so-and-so? And I was like, I'm in their home. I know them, right? And some of my white friends have told me, well, they're just trying to get to know you. So to me, if you're trying to get to know someone, what's that sticker on your jacket? Or, I like your earrings, Theo. Where did you get them? Or, and I said, like, how do you know so-and-so does not work for me in someone's home? It's a valid question. And these are white people asking me. And another time a white person asked, one of my neighbors asked how I knew my other neighbor, and I just thought that was hilarious. Yeah. Yes, but white people are not the only offenders in the book. The first person in the book that asks me about the chicken wings is a black woman. There's some Ethiopian women at the airport too in the book. At the Denver and Vegas airport, I had the same experience where I was trying to buy something, and I remember I was buying this magazine, and the woman in Baltimore said, "It's $8. And a lot of the commentaries in the book are about service. A lot. I mean, I've written a book about customer service, but she didn't say hello, how are you, welcome to Denver, do you have everything, can I get you any? She just looked at me and
she assumed that you could not pay $8 for?
The problem with there's still you shouldn't make any assumptions. I placed the magazine, and she said it's $8. I said, because my friends who know me know I have this stupid look where yes, ring it up, please. And she said, now this is the problem. This is how God works. I could not write this any better. She said, what's in this magazine that you're paying $8 for it? This is an Ethiopian woman. And I said, I pointed, it was The Atlantic, and the article was The War on Stupid People. I said, this right here, look it up. And then the woman in Denver was an Ethiopian woman. I mean, I went to school with a bunch of people from all over the country, so I know what Somalis look like, and Ethiopians, Tanzania. Sometimes I get West Africans, but I went to Howard, and so we know all kinds of people, right? But this woman, this Ethiopian woman at the Denver airport, watched me standing there, looked at me, and asked, do you need something? The way I've written it in the book is, I'm from Dayton, Ohio, home of NCR, cash register, and standard register. So I know what you're supposed to do if someone's standing at a register. It is to help them. So half of this book I would not have if people simply did their jobs.
Yeah, I love it when you walk in. I'm sure it's happened to you. You walk in and after you talk to somebody on the phone, they say, well, you don't look like you sound.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like, how am I supposed to look?
Yes. I was telling someone about an incident. So we all have these. I mean, everyone I know is judged based on how you look. But if we're more mindful of that, which is, what this book is about. But it's particularly, there are some interstitials I have in the book. And the first one is, I think, I'm tired of people interrupting my existence to inform me that I am black. Whatever inferior version of, I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Whatever inferior version of humanity they perceive that to be. Because this is what happens. I'm minding my business every day. But you, in your eyes, have to lower me. And I attribute that to not just me, but the images people see on television. Like one time I was at a house. And it was very loud. And I began to have a conversation with the one. This is my drop the mic piece usually. People like black people knit. So I said to the woman, we were just having a conversation. And I said, oh, I'm a knitter. And she didn't react. And I'm perspicacious enough that I know her. What was scary is she didn't even allow herself to say, I beg your pardon or excuse me, right? She just assumed I said that word. Right? So I was on Karen Dumas's radio show, and Karen said, why do you think she thought you said you were an N-word? I said, because that's what we look like on television, right? If you're watching the news, that's what an N-word looks. I look like an N-word. So I said to her, wait, did you just think that I said that word? She said, yes. I said, oh, no, sweetheart. I said knitter. I'm a knitter. Because usually when I say I'm a knitter, people start asking questions. And then because I'm an idiot, I have like 3 pages of the kinds of questions they ask when I say I'm a knitter. Let me see if I can find it. Right. Yeah, so it's fun. And I think using satire enables you to make other points that people are not making, right? The way that they could be made. So we can laugh and go, well, wait a minute.
Wow.
There's a rapper Redman who says, laugh now and figure it out when you get home.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we shall be back momentarily. Just remember what I said. It's either feast or famine here. Today is a feast. Thank you again, Christopher.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, Luna?
The people you trust,
Stay safe. Go.
Your community.
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Pain.
In the bus and the worst times.
Ma'am, stop! Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
I see myself
Gracias.
and the people I serve.
Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?
You must vote on Tuesday, November the 3rd, 2020, for a variety of reasons. Why? Throughout our history, people were injured and many of them died, all fighting for the right to vote. Today, mischief is unfolding across the state, designed to make it harder for people to vote. And the last reason is, if we want affordable health care, if we want affordable housing, if we want the right to have clean water and sanitation, if we're ever going to get equal pay for equal work, nutritious food, and so on, we need to believe that we deserve these things and so much more. We start with the Tuesday, November 3rd election that will be victorious if we are all involved. Retirees, welfare recipients, low-income residents, the disabled, veterans, the homeless, students. This message is for you. November 3rd marks the beginning of a 4-year campaign to secure a quality of life that we are all entitled to. So from the bottom up, let's do this.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
We are back. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Feedback, a positive image production by Good Research. And now joining us is my alternating co-host, Mark Cummings. Thank you for being with us this morning.
I'm just blessed to be here today and have the great Onita Jackson.
Ain't you?
All right.
It wasn't easy getting it down here.
Oh, sorry.
But
Yeah,
you did.
waiting on that D-Dot bus.
You went, oh, Lord. And not to mention they went on strike.
They should have.
Well, I don't blame them for that. I agree with you.
So the buses are filthy a lot. Right through, I've been riding the buses through several mayors, and they're always filthy. So it's interesting to me that it took COVID for them to find a broom and a mop and some Brillo pads.
I think
and
well, we got some
soap and
calls,
water.
don't we? Because I know they want to talk to you.
Uh-oh.
Hello. Thank you for calling Hood Research. How are you viewing
Hey,
us
hello.
in your name? Yes.
My name is Greg Thrasher. Good morning, everyone.
Thrasher.
Oh, hi, Greg. How are you?
Wonderful. You all of you are such wonderful people, but you are blessed with one of the most talented, for me anyway, from my perspective, being an activist in Detroit, almost 50 years, one of the best activists around and writers.
Oh, wow.
Anita is awesome. She's an icon for me in Detroit, and you as well, Theo. I mean, I've been listening to you, reading about you, and so on for years away from Detroit, in Detroit. So all of you, Mark, I have never met you, Mark, but I understand you're very talented as well.
Thank you, Greg.
I just want to give you guys some shout outs because we need people like you.
We've met before, Mr. Thrasher.
Well, I have a question. Are you a junior?
No, my brother is. I have a brother. I have an older brother who's a junior, but there's only one Greg Thrasher.
That is true.
Bill Thrasher?
That's my brother. Yes.
Okay.
He was a cop. He was a cop in Detroit for about
I know.
25 years.
He was best friends with my nephew. There's a picture of him in the Detroit Institute of Arts. But go ahead.
Really? Of my brother?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
Breaking
Tell him
news.
about that.
Yeah, breaking
news on
ask
Feedback with
him
Theo.
about it. He should know. Yeah, Bill Thrasher and Bill Daniel, or Billy Daniel.
Yeah,
They
we
were,
went to high school together. Yeah,
Yep, they were best
fabulous.
friends. They were best
Fabulous.
friends.
Well, I'm just calling because again, we need people like you, all of you. Obviously we're in a pandemic, but before we were in a pandemic, we were in an uncivil war against black people and American people of color and the poor and all the vulnerable. And so we need voices like you, all of you, to continue
Thank you.
to speak to our humanity, to speak to our existence, the writings of Oneida are just wonderful because everybody can't
Come on, man. I don't have
can't
nobody's tears.
express themselves that way, but they feel that way.
Thank
and
you.
so when you can have someone like Anita expressing what you feel, but you can't articulate it the way she does, it just adds to so much that the world needs. So,
Right.
I mean, I love her writing. She captures situations and moments. Like I'm an avid reader, and so I read everything. I read right-wing stuff, conservative stuff, racist stuff, KKK stuff, liberal stuff. I read it all because we need to have a total perspective, and then we can, put our piece on it. But I like her writing because she captures moments and circumstances and situations like very few writers can. And when you can do that, you put reality right in front of you. You can almost taste it and feel it. I mean, she's taken me places with her words that I haven't ever been there. But she has such a great talent and ability to capture the moment. It puts you right there, Theo. I mean, you are blessed to have her in your
Oh, absolutely.
Indeed.
Yes, yes. She was in such demand, like I was telling her, it took me all this time to get her here with me. But
Well, you got it. You got it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got
That's
it now.
right.
Get off the phone, Thrasher. Thank you. He was one of the very first people who read what I wrote in the Free Press, responded to it, and went down swinging and defended me for all that dumb stuff that happened. So thank you. He would write to me, fisticuffs, and love. And I just love him for always challenging me. And thank you for
Of course.
respecting me. Okay, get off the phone because I'm tired of crying this morning. Thank
Of course,
you.
it's part of my cultural DNA. It's part of who I am.
Bye, Thrasher.
All right.
You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes what we do is unconscious.
Next caller.
Next caller.
Now,
Love you.
Now, Greg, make sure you got the number down so that you can tune in to an afternoon with Hood Research.
I will do
We're
that.
going to have Oneida on there with us.
I'll
as
do
well.
that.
All the way from
Okay.
Washington, D.C. Just got back from Paris, too.
All right
Daughter's
now.
wedding.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's all good. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
Thank you.
for calling. You too.
I can't take
Okay.
it.
Yes. Hello, you on with Hood Research? Your name and how you're viewing us. Hello? Hello?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
Okay, call back.
Hit the button.
Okay.
That
Anyway,
is
you
love.
had another question?
Well, I just want to say, the book, because like I said, it's because you're amongst the people all the time. Cab driver, you ride the bus, you amongst the people. And to me, let me let the people know, even though the book is like 160 pages, I read this book in like 2 hours.
Oh, it
Okay,
took
I
you 2
sat
hours?
down,
Oh, okay.
read everything, like she said now, from start to finish. And you know me, Oneida. I'm a big person I'm tired of racism. I used to end all my shows like that. They got, are you tired of racism t-shirts?
Right.
And I think what you get from the book, people, is as a black person, you get tired of being judged. And I think the part that got me was your son being at UAD Jesuit.
Oh, boy.
I mean, the fact that this guy assumed that you couldn't afford that.
Oh, you talking about the when I was driving? How did you pay for? Oh, how did you pay for that?
Exactly.
I wrote about. There was a fare who I found funny, and from the time he walked in, I started making fun of him in my head, knowing that I would eventually write about him, and I was tolerating his ignorance until I said, I like to ask people, what do you do when you're not at work? And he said, have you ever heard of Brother Rice? I said, yes. My son went to UAD Jesuit. And he said, how did you pay for that?
What?
When I asked him, why are you asking me how I paid for my son's education? He said, why do you black people always get so offended by stuff? And I said, I didn't say anything about black. So to your points, a lot of times race is inserted when all I asked was, why are you asking me wait a minute, I got to do why are you asking me how I paid for my son's education, right? And then I told him, I said, listen, I'm a writer and I will be writing about this. I think you're asking me because you think it's a class thing. Actually, it's none of your business. I make a whole lot of money driving this cab. He said, well, yeah, I wouldn't think that cab drivers made that much money. So I'm not making an assumption. This is why I have to ask you, Did you ask me that because of this, or why did you ask me that? And then the litmus test in the book for each piece is, tell me why you're asking me that. You know,
we
tell me
coming up
why I'm
against
at the tell me why I'm at the valet and you won't park this cab.
We right there at the
That
spot.
probably
They
was,
telling
he
me, Miss
didn't
Broden, I
think.
hate it because we just got so much love
I
for her right now.
know.
See, most people book me for the whole hour.
Right. We gotta get you back now.
That means
I would love to come back.
That means next Monday, and that means Saturday. Listen, on Saturday, we're there from 2 until 6.
To where? Here?
No. We do a conference call every Saturday. It's called an afternoon with Hood Research.
Oh, so
And from
you
2
just call the
until
number?
6 p.m.
I don't have to do the Zoom stuff.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
have to do that.
I could do that.
Just telephone. Real simple. Real simple.
Get a number out there, everybody, so they know
Yes.
this Saturday gonna be hot.
I need to
Yes,
write it
you
down.
dial 1-978-990-5000. Then you put in the access code, which is 338729, and you'll hear the conversation, and you'll join the conversation.
And doesn't she have the most beautiful voice in the world?
Thank you. You know,
Indeed.
oh man, I just wanted to say that this wrap-up time, it just came too soon, and we're gonna have to do this again as well.
I would love to.
Okay, we have a website which is hoodresearch.org, Facebook, and Twitter. We want you to follow us on Twitter, and we want to give you our telephone number, which is area code 248-234-2371. Again, it's area code 248-234-2371. And we have enjoyed having Ms. Onita Jackson on with us this morning. And there is a part 2 coming. We want you to stay tuned. And remember what the BD says. First, I want to tell you what I say. It's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when
That's
you
right.
need it. And then what the BD says is, but if you want to be nothing, do nothing. The only problem with that is you will never know when you're finished.
Ooh.
Peace. Tune in again next week.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am the BD Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
This is Theo Broughton from Feedback. You can watch me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at WHPR TV Now app. Download our free app at WHPR TV Now.
Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
How you see the world is everything.
Oh my God, girl, you take all day.
Oh, hi.
How you doing, little man?
The people you trust,
Stay safe. Go.
your community,
You rolling with the pain today.
I'm gonna show you how it's done, Payne.
in the best and the worst times.
Walk away from me! Ma'am, stop! Hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien.
I see myself
Gracias.
in the people I serve.
Hi.
Officer Luna, Officer Luna.
Sweet. Girl, you know you can do my job, right?